We've got a piece of breaking news coming right at the top of the show, and this concerns Foreign Secretary Vikram Mistri's visit to Beijing. He's on a two-day visit to Beijing. They put out a readout. A formal announcement has now been made for the resumption of the Kailash Mansoravar Yatra between India and China. Both sides have agreed to resume the Kailash Mansoravar Yatra starting the summer of 2025. It had been suspended for the last 5 years since the Galwan clashes in June of 2020. Relevant mechanisms which are in place will be put into effect to discuss the modalities as per the existing agreements between both countries. Both sides have also agreed to resume direct air services, flight connectivity between India and China, between Delhi and Beijing, and Mumbai and Shanghai. These are the two big developments out of the Foreign Secretary's visit to China, two-day visit to Beijing. Let me go across to Siddhant, my colleague who has more details on this. Siddhant, how big are both these decisions, the resumption of the Kailash Mansoravar Yatra and also the resumption of direct flights?
Well, these two are very significant decisions, and in fact, Zaka, from day one, we have been reporting that India's position has been very clear that there cannot be discussion on any other bilateral issue unless the border issue gets resolved. So in October, when Foreign Secretary announced for the first time that a patrolling agreement has been locked between India and China, perhaps that has opened the gateway to have a discussion on other bilateral issues. Prime Minister Modi and Xi Jinping met in Kazan, after which NSA Doval went to Beijing, and perhaps he held talks with Special Representative of China Wang Yi. And now we are getting this release from Ministry of External Affairs, perhaps confirming there are two major takeaways from this visit of Foreign Secretary to China. One, resumption of Kailash Mansoravar Yatra. This has been a long-standing demand of the Indian side. In fact, when NSA Doval also went to Beijing, at that time also resumption of Yatra was discussed. And the second, direct flight. China was pushing for direct flight from India to China, and in fact, in last 5 years since the Galwan clash, the direct flights to China were cancelled, and now we could see that direct flights between India and China will resume. These are the two major takeaways from Foreign Secretary's visit to China, Zaka, and in fact, now we can say that there is a normalcy in relations with China.
All right, Siddhant, we'll leave it at that. We'll see how this story plays out.